This past season during the regular season, I looked at what I did is I entered and I went to Fangraphs, entered first base, third base, just the position, not names. First base, third base. Put them together. See, on the search engine on Fangraphs, you can do that. You can say, well, I want to know what the Cardinals got out of those positions offensively when you combine them.
Yeah.
So Goldschmidt and Arenado, the first base, third base combination offensively, all right, they were 61%. The two positions combined, 61% above the league average offensively. That's number one in the majors. 305 batting average, number one in the majors. 377 on base percentage, number one in the majors. 545 slugging percentage, number one in the majors.
Wow.
921 OPS, number one in the majors. 68 home runs, number two in the majors. And 232 RBIs, number one in the majors for a first base, third base tandem.
Combination. Wow.
That's 31% of the RBIs the Cardinals had last year. Okay. If you think about, not to get all philosophical, and by the way, we'll have Lou Korak talking Blues here in a little bit. I'm not trying to get all philosophical, but when you say, okay, how do I build a team that's going to give us a better chance to get it done in the postseason, right? Well, first of all, you look and you say, well, what am I starting with? What do I have as a base? What do I have as a cornerstone or cornerstones? What do I have as a foundation? I would say, and again, I know that Goldie and Arenado did not come through in the postseason. The wild card game last year and this series with the Phillies this year. By the way, I've raised hell about it, but let's also be fair. It's 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's not like this has been going on, the two of them, like this is their 9th year together and both of their stats in the playoffs are in the toilet. So let's try to be fair here. Anything can happen in 3 games. Look at the big boy, the big man. The big guy, the big fella for the Houston Astros.
Oh, Yordan Alvarez.
He's hitting 091 in the World Series.
He has not been a factor.
Oh, we don't want him on our team. No, I think you do.
I'll take him.
So you have a very rare combination here of incredibly productive first baseman, third baseman who give you the best first base, third base combination. You throw in the defense too on top of it, but offensively it's the best combination in the majors. That's a pretty good place to start. And you got one guy under contract for sure for 2 more years, and you got the other guy, the third baseman, under contract for 5 more years. So if a general manager is just starting out or a team's just starting to get good, what an advantage it is to start with that.
That's huge.
So that's what's so frustrating about it, because if you go by the offensive numbers, the Cardinals have something that no one else in baseball does, which is the best offensive production by your first baseman and third baseman as a tandem. You have something no one else does. Doesn't it make it even more imperative for you to take advantage of that? Build around it? Right?
Yes,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
And also it would seem, again, this is easier said than done, it seems to make it a heck of a lot easier to try and find a few pieces to fit in there.
Yeah.
Because you're already starting with the best here and the best there
Right.
on one side and the other. So now you just got, okay, where do we supplement? We don't have to be the best at every position.
No.
But we just got to be respectable in a few spots.
So, these guys are going to, when the MVP voting is announced, well, first of all, Arenado won the Gold Glove, 10th in a row. And Goldie was a finalist, and the right guy won. Christian Walker deserved it. There's no complaints here from me, but Goldie's a really terrific first baseman. So what else is there to count on? What do they need to do? And the thing of it is, my concern is that they actually need to do more than I believe that they think they need to do. And you also have the NL Central factor still in the way. I actually think as time goes on, it's more of a detriment. And I'm glad that they're not going to play as many games within the division next year. No, none of the teams will play in there. Because I think I think it just gives them a false sense of how good they are. You know, you slap around the Pirates and the Reds and the Cubs. You just slap them around all summer. What, you think you're King Kong now, right? You know, you're Godzilla. No, you're not. You're the best team in a horrendous division, and you bullying these other teams who aren't any good. You're not special. And I think it gives them a false sense of how good they really are, and that bothers me. So what do they need? Well, catcher position's wide open, and that's a positive because, as I've said on the show a lot of times, the last two seasons, the Cardinals catchers ranked dead last in the majors in wins above replacement, dead last. They've had the worst set of catching in the big leagues over the last 2 years. And they were Molina, because listen, man, he got old, right?
Yeah.
Molina and Kisner were so ineffective. They came in over the last 2 years of baseball, they came in below the replacement level, which means they weren't even major league average, not even average, major league equivalent in terms of just being a major league player. They were like below the level of being a major league player. Replacement level means simply, well, you can sort of take anybody there. You can grab some guy out of AAA, just put him in the lineup. You know, they're below replacement. So they need a significant upgrade, and I keep hollering about that. The rotation, the starting rotation, and listen, they're not dumb. They're bringing Wainwright back for two reasons, and you can rate him as you want. But number one, he'll still, as long as he's healthy, he'll still give you a lot of innings, and that is an asset. But the other thing, he's also great for business, and they'll be able to milk this Hero Tour number 2. They'll be able to milk this thing for all it's worth. And the problem with that is, though, even though there's value in Waino's innings, this rotation is loaded with number 3 and number 4 starters. And some people because a lot of people, you know, outside the organization, oh, what do you say? Well, I agree, they don't have a big-time ace, but they got number 2 starters here and there. No, they don't, not really. Not in terms of you look at the good postseason teams and the ones that made it, even the ones that got eliminated, because on any given day, any pitcher, Max Scherzer included, can get lit up on the mound. You know, it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. The Cardinals don't have a true 1 or 2. They don't. Oh, through a stretch of games they might. I'm talking about from wire to wire. They don't. So some of you can continue to delude yourself, but they just don't. Take a look around at the postseason. As usual, the Cardinals vastly overrate their own bullpen. And here's a little nugget. In 2021, their relievers ranked 20th in the majors in strikeout rate, 23%. So Mo and Gersh went out, and of course, made those big dramatic signings. Whitgren, McFarland,
your favorite,
Hagen, Aaron Brooks, and the strikeout rate actually went down in 2022, 27th in the league. I see media and hear media people in this town talk about, oh, their bullpen's good. Oh, they got Helsley and they got. All right, if Helsley's hurt or he's been injury prone in his career, if Helsley's hurt, if Gallego's worn out, y'all are getting the strikeouts from who? From where? Well, Jordan Hicks throws 190 miles an hour. Yeah, he does. But that's just it. He throws. He doesn't pitch. So they have a very vulnerable bullpen, and if you don't think they do, Phillies 6, Cardinals 2. Game 1.
Yeah, that was a rough night. Afternoon, I should say.
The outfield is very vulnerable. It's unsettled. They've got more questions than a proven record. Jordan Walker is close. Everyone, raves about him. Me too. But we don't know if he'll have a legit opportunity to make the big club in 2023 or how quickly he would acclimate to Major League pitching. Let's not declare him the next Pujols just yet. Oh, I'm excited by him, but I'm just saying. The middle infielders, Tommy Edman did a lot of good things, don't get me wrong. But if you look at their middle infielders, you add those positions together, second and short, the Cardinals were exactly in the middle as far as where they rank offensively. So let's see. Your offense doesn't rate very highly. Your outfield, I meant to say.
Yeah.
Your catching has been, frankly, in the toilet the last couple years. You don't even know who your outfielders are going to be. Your middle infielders play really good defense. They're average offensively. And you've got the two beasts at first and third who together have given the Cardinals the best offense. The combined first base and third base positions, combining those two. Best offense in the majors. Everything else is like, pretty good here. There's some guys we like. There's some guys we think will do this. Verhagen will be healthy next season. We expect more from him. Oh, we're bringing Waino back. Oh, he had that little stride problem in September. Just ignore that, local soft tissue media. Just ignore that. Waino, it took him a month, but he actually kind of figured out what was wrong. Got nothing to do with his age or his velocity.
No.
So, I don't know, man. And there's a lot of – plus, Miklasz can be a free agent. After next season, Miklasz is a free agent. Flaherty's a free agent. Waino's done.
Yep.
And there might even be another one in there. So where's your rotation? What is your rotation going to be if you don't address this problem this winter, for example? What's your rotation going to be in 2024?
That's rough. That's really rough.
Well, we really believe in Dak.
Yeah, we do. You guys do.
Yeah. We really we got Steven Matz.
Uh-huh.
We really like Palante.
Liberatore will be figured out by
then. Libby's going to be Carlton, Steve Carlton too. If you think about as is what their 2024 rotation would be, it's scary. It's frightening.
It is bad.
So what are they going to do to take advantage of having the productivity, the defense, the stability provided by Goldschmidt and Arenado? What are they going to do with that? They're just going to kind of –
it's pretty sad.
Come up with a little bit of, this guy's a little better than what we have. Oh, that guy's a little better. We think Tucker Barnhart can come back strong. We're talking to Miami about Jacob Stallings. So what's it going to be? I'm just saying, what a terrible, terrible thing it would be to waste what they already have, their two biggest assets, and then not fix up the rest of the team to make it World Series worthy. And it does not mean that will happen. There are no guarantees. But at least you got to give your team a better chance to catch fire and do this in the postseason. And I know I'm long-winded, but I think it's important to kind of lay it all out, rather than rushing through it. And you're looking at a roster next season that'll have Paul DeJong back again. And they're going to try to tell us that, hey, we got money to spend. We know. I told Arenado we really need to improve our team. The litmus test is Paul DeJong. If he is back on this team next season, you can take all of the spin, all the propaganda, and find your nearest, your nearest toilet and flush it.
That'll be rough.
They think their audience is a bunch of saps. They think because of a soft media delegation that they can slide things by. And actually, they're right about that.
They'll get by with that.
I don't think that their fans – I think their fans are actually a little more on top of things than they give them credit for. This is a huge, huge winner for the Cardinals because Arenado's going to be 32 next season. Goldie will be he'll turn 36 late next season.
Okay, yep.
They ain't kids.
No.
So anyway, I'm just going to keep talking about this, and we can't do text messages today, but I'd be really curious what our great listeners have to say about this. Do they trust this front office? I don't trust them to think big. I don't. And they got to think bigger than they have.
And it's got to be beyond, like your numbers or the way you laid it out. It's got to be beyond this year.
Yeah.
You've got to be more. It's next year, yes, but you got to look ahead, man. There's nothing to hang your head on. Go, we'll be okay in a couple of years. No, you won't.
Go get a shortstop. Play Edmund. I mean, this is a great shortstop market. Go spend money on a shortstop. Play Edmund at second base. Gorman can DH. Gorman can actually, become more of a utility guy. When I say utility, I'm not talking about some bench guy that pinches. I'm talking about the way Donovan's a utility guy. Gorman can play left field. He can play third base. He probably play some right field. His arm's pretty good. He can play second. But you got to get him ready to do that stuff, and he can do it. He can be, and he can, obviously can DH, be a very valuable guy DHing. But you got to think bigger. Go get one of those star shortstops. Go try to reel one of them in. But do you think that they'll go big like that? No, I don't. I'd love to be surprised. I'd love to be surprised with that prediction.
As you say that, what's in the back of my head? I keep hearing, have we introduced you to Mason Wynn? We cannot block him. We needs an opportunity to play soon.
So, in other words, a kid that everyone says has got a great arm, you can put him in the outfield. He's a great athlete. He can play second base. You can give him some time to work on it. He can play third base, like the guy you had this year that just won the Gold Glove and, was the second best rookie in the National League this year, that guy. Mason Wynn can become a really valuable piece of talent because he's got the athleticism and the arm and the work ethic and the talent to play multiple positions. You can move him around too. Go get a shortstop.
I'd love to see it.
Go make a trade for, spend the money on the shortstop. Go make a trade for Sean Murphy. You're going to have to give up something that's going to make you hurt, but so be it.
You have a player that you can count on that can play, though, above the average, which is what you've had below average or at average for quite some time.
Right. So that was a long segment, but listen, man, that's how I roll. You have to lay it all out. You have to explain it. You have to go through it. Paul DeYoung is the litmus test. Just remember that, of their credibility.